Hello. I'm a couple minutes early. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to hop on. Let's make sure the sound's okay. Am I in the right group? That would be important, right? Okay. Good afternoon. Good evening to some of you. Am I in the right place? And can you hear me, Carrie? Talk to me, Carrie. Give me a thumbs up. I'm always early. I think if you're on time, you're late. That's just how I roll. Are we good, Cindy? Someone give me a thumbs up and say, I am in the right place, and you can hear me. That's all I need to see. Woohoo! I know. Leave it to me. Hi, Trish. Let's see. Am I not seeing these comments? Just tell me I'm here and I'm doing big things. Hello, Rachel. Hi, Veronica. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, Chrissy. I want to say hi to each and every one of you, but my heart is so pure and it is ready to pour. I have notes everywhere. So as I'm looking at notes, no, there's a reason. I want to give you everything I got today. It's an honor for me to be on. I thank for the invite. If you guys want to hear, I'm going to swipe the comments away. Sorry, I'll go back to them. You guys, I am so honored to be asked to do these training groups. Little old me. I shouldn't say little old me. I'll be 58 tomorrow. And all of this is with no caffeine, water only. So I'm going to take another sip of water, give you guys another minute to hop on. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what you're excited to learn today. Comment. I want to see you guys. I promise I will go back and I will read all the comments. I promise. I promise. Also, right after this, at 4 o'clock, have no idea how long I'm going to go. I'm going to try to do at least a half an hour, but, you know, I may get a little winded and I'm not sure, and it may go a little longer, but I am going to share this. So, we're going to start off today by identifying and how to nurture your leaders, ways to look for leaders in your organization, some real basic ways. But let's get started. My name is Wendy Heath-Newgass, and I believe in Sensi. How funny is that? As I'm standing here, I'm being super transparent right now. I'm standing here, I'm like, how funny. Wendy Heath-Newgass believes in Sensi. Do you believe in Sensi? Guess what? Great leaders believe in Sensi. Great leaders stand behind. Hi, Misty. Oh my gosh. Tell me where you're watching from. All of my favorite people are here. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I hope by the time we're done today, because you're going to be with me for a while. I got one and then I got another. That you feel compelled to do great things. You feel compelled to build leaders. Because I'm going to talk. Oh, thank you, Karen. Yep, tomorrow. Tomorrow. 58. Ah! I'm an oldie. What a goodie. Well, I guess it depends on your opinion about me. I hope I'm a goodie. But again, Wendy Heath-Newgass here. Today, we're going to talk about leaders. We're going to talk about identifying leaders, why it's important, because I'll be honest with you, this month I also had my 13th year anniversary, Centiversary with Sensi, and if someone would have told me back then that build leaders, build your organization, I was on the thing that direct sales were more about what you did and what you sold. Guys, it is about you, but it's about what you can do and what lives you can change. That's when your business is going to grow. When you pour into other people and you truly do that without any benefit to yourself. I mean, it may benefit you, but don't think of it like that. When you truly think about others, it is that gift. That's when you'll see big changes in your organization. Woo! We got a lot of people on today. I am ready. Okay, deep breath. So, leaders. Again, I wish someone would have told me to build more. I wish someone would have said, hey, Wendy, you know, the more leaders you build and the more it'll help your organization. It's not so much work on you. That's the number one thing. You have more people to share, to care, and to love on all of the people. That's what I love about leaders. What makes a good leader? What is the value of a leader? I'm going to talk about leader gatherings. And of course, I'll be back here at 4 o'clock to share my leader book cover to cover, talk about the whole book, and then drop the file in here. If it works for you. It's really a combination of everybody else's work along with mine. I cannot claim I did not create every document in that book. And I'm a disclaimer. I'm going to tell you 100%. I'll say it over and over and over again. I don't take credit for other people's work. It's not my job. But let's talk about leaders. I think we got enough people on right now. Woo! I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. I'm going to see if there's a couple more comments. All right, we're good. You guys knew I swiped them away. So what makes a leader? When you have a team of one, you're a leader, right? When you hit lead consultant, you're a leader in my organization and in your organization, and they should be in a leader page or a leader group or a leader messenger or some way that you can work with them, a separate from your group and your team page. You need a separate place for those leaders to grow and thrive in their own community as well. You may share different things that you don't share in your team page. So leaders are somebody who leads with love. They lead from their heart. That's what I'm going to share with you today. A leader is whoever knows really what to do next. It's amazing. It's amazing when things happen in your group page. This is transparency. You can see the ones that react. You can see how people react. You can already pick out the leaders. You can already see the way they answer questions, the way they respond, the way they share their work. That's what I'm looking for when I dive down and look at leaders. I see how they interact on social media. Are they positive poly? Can't always be super positive, but guess what? Your negativity does not belong on social media. It really doesn't. I know. Smack me for that. But it's so, so, so true. I look for teamies that hop on live and share and care, do Zooms along their organization. I look at people who show up to trainings. If I put together a team meeting or I'm live, are they jumping in? The ones that want to grow and want it. Do they show up at SFR? Do they show up at World Tour? Those are the people that you've got to value. Again, if they couldn't go to SFR for financial reasons or whatever, don't discredit people. Always know. Always feel their heart and feel. If they have a problem going on, it's okay. It's okay in your organization. But be sensitive of that. Again, don't just love people who only show up. I don't want to make it sound like that. So good leaders gather. They collaborate. They have really good energy. Don't you want to follow somebody that has good energy? They've got a good attitude, but they also stand behind Sensi. Do they stand behind the company? Do they back Sensi up no matter what? Yep. I always know when something happens, I'm always like, Sensi will make it right. Sensi will make it right. That's what a good leader does. Look in your organization and see the one that's always the one that steps up and says, oh, that's a bummer, that item sold out, but I'm going to offer another deal. That is a valuable asset in your organization and a valuable asset on your team. And they're very valuable because they're going to always find the goodness. Now, we can't always be butterflies and rainbows. Well, maybe you can. Again, I look back at my past life, and there's a reason I choose happiness every day, right? I could be 6 feet under, right? I'm a cancer survivor. I could be in an abusive relationship. That was my first marriage. Got out of that. So there's always a reason to choose happiness. All right, good leaders, what else do? They have empathy. If you want to see someone who has empathy in the group, that is the value right there. They self-regulate and they control their behavior in situations. So in other words, they react, that they respond instead of reacting. This is my lesson for you today. Something's happening in your organization and it's not good. Something is happening and it's like a negative thing. Take a minute, This is what a good leader would do. Take a minute, step back from the situation. You know that post that just worked you up. Take a second. Count to 10. Count to 10. And then respond, right? What happens is when you react, you throw them under the bus. It's not a good place to be. So good leaders learn to respond and not react. They realize the value of taking a minute. This can also help your love life. This can also help you with your kids. Sit back, count to 10. You got this. I guarantee 10 seconds later, the reaction is going to be much different. 100%. Woo! Personally, leaders learn to master their emotions, but sometimes they slip. And that's okay too, because as a leader, as a human being, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? We need to listen a little more, stop and react, and speak a little less, unless you're in a big training group like this. Really, really fun leaders also tell stories with their post. Storytelling is what shares. You know, you wonder who's watching you on social media. No one is watching you harder than somebody who doesn't like you. Yep, they may not respond to your post, but they're watching your stories. They want to see what you're doing. Good leaders overview their organization, look at what their people are also posting, and help guide them. I don't look at my teams like, oh, they're doing something wrong. I look at it as a way to go, oh, Mary is on social media going live, sharing the Island Days wax collection. Screenshot that. Share it on the group page to encourage others to do the same. Good leaders encourage the right behavior. That's what it is. They encourage the right behavior. Who does that in your organization? Great leader, great leader. Are you a strong coach? Do you struggle with coaching, connecting, connection calls, mentoring? It's okay. That's what the next book is going to work you through right now. I also noticed that in this workforce today, the millennials, which so many are my friends, but they are in the workforce and they want a more meaningful and a valuable purpose to their business and to their life. That's where the millennials are. Most people want to feel a part of something even bigger. And the millennials and people in general really want a purpose. Hence, the fundraising may be your way to pull somebody in. Your fundraising may be a way to build your leader. Fundraising, giving from your heart, and finding a valuable purpose in Sensi, that's what leaders look for. Leaders look at people and say, what is special about them? I look at my organization and I think, ooh, they did a really good, I saw their, I saw their, why can I think of their basket made up? They did a really cute basket party. Why don't I ask them to come on live in OC, my team, and share their basket party? What's amazing about that is you just gave that leader wings. They're probably, or that teamie, or that new consultant wings. You know why? They have this share, but they're afraid to go out there. They're afraid. So handpick. Get people to share in your group page. Get people to share. What happens is, I love to take people and put them on Tip Tuesday. It's a good 5-minute training. That's a really good way to see who is ready to grow. Who is ready to do big things. Who will do a Tip Tuesday on your team page? 5 minutes, share a tip at a given moment. That's going to be your next leader as well. Do you see how I feel that? Yeah. Good leaders also model really good behaviors. They're really good on social media. They don't have to always share all of the things, but on social media, they stay in the good light. Maybe you don't share about religion and politics. Maybe you could lose some. Hi, Crystal. Hello. I just had to read the comments really quick. Keep saying where you're watching from because you make my heart so happy. The leaders are on social media. You know what they're doing? They're not talking about religion or politics because not everybody has the same religion. Not everybody has the same beliefs. So that's where maybe on your personal page, you could do something like that. It scares me, but on your business page, it definitely has to be a place where you're neutral. You've got to be that neutral grounds. That is what a good leader does, because it doesn't matter how strong your beliefs and your convictions are. You don't need to put it out there, because you may lose followers. I've watched people crumble by having such strong beliefs. I'm going to say it one time. I've watched amazing leaders crumble by their beliefs. Really hard for me to say, but that's as transparent as I can get. Natural leaders will go, I look down in my numbers and I say, who's got high numbers? Who's sponsoring a lot? Who's working their business? Who's got high PRV? That's my natural reflection when I dive into my team. And I look for my next leaders, right? I look at people who are consistent. Consistency is so important in leadership. 100%. You've got to be consistent. You can't just have a good month and then a bad month, although life gets you. It's okay if things happen. I'm not saying you're always going to be in greatness, but if you can stay consistent, that is really, really awesome. Good leaders have strong connections with their teams as well. Yes, they love to connect within your group. They love to connect within their own team pages. They connect with people on social media. They don't post and ghost. They engage. Did you know that the first 5 minutes that post goes up, you need to engage, engage, engage. That's when you thrive. If you want that post to get going, kind of like that reel, I will open up my reels and play it and play it. If I'm trying to get engagement, that's the honest truth. I'll go in and I'll hit it to play again, hit it to play again, to get it in the algorithms. Those algorithms are so important. And especially if you're sharing in your stories, you need to share at least 4 times a day to keep in those great story algorithms. Although I know people have talked about social media in here, and I'm sure they're way better than me, and that's okay. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. Natural leaders also learn to listen, but they coach and they mentor and they connect and they care. They find, here's 4 good qualities. I have my little board here. 4 good qualities of great leaders. Listen to this. They need to be diligent. Hello, guys. I just see you. I see you. I see you. Tell me where you're watching from. I want to know where you guys all are watching from. The 4 qualities of good leadership: diligence, and conviction, integrity. That is big. Ethics. Do they do the right thing? Empathy. We talked about empathy. So important to be empathetic of people's needs and wants, customers' needs and wants, your team's needs and wants, along with yourself. You matter. Don't forget about you. Are they motivated? Do you know what I asked one of my leaders one day? What makes a good leader? Hold on. Stand back. Stand back. What makes a good leader? Ask one of your teamies that. You're going to be shocked to find out what their answer is. What makes good leadership? Ask the questions. What does it mean to them? What does it mean to them to be a leader? Oh, because I'm going to earn the next trip? No. I want to change lives. I'm a leader that wants to change lives 1 cent at a time. That's what leadership means to me. Let me see what else we got that. Another thing you got to work on is so important in your organization. Not everybody learns the same way. So you have to have different types of training. You've got to have, some people learn audible. Sometimes they need to hear the training. Some people need hands-on. Some people need to see it over and over and over again. That may be a video. They need to see it. They need to watch it. They need to try it. Everybody learns differently. And the second you realize that in your organization, don't train the same way every single time. You've got to have a variety of trainings, a variety of speakers and different interactions with other people, because maybe someone is annoyed by how I talk or what I say. That's okay. I'm not for everyone. I'm a lot. And I don't get offended by that. But maybe they're going to learn from somebody who's a little calm, and I don't have a calm bone in my body. Lots of energy. Maybe they need to learn from somebody who talks to them like this. Let me share with you a story. And that's okay too. So learn to teach and train and mentor and coach in all different ways. That is what you need to do to help develop your leaders. Now, another way you can nurture them, not all your leaders are going to be super shiny and stand out. And that's when you need to go down and you need to reach out one-on-one. Leave a voice message. Hey, Sarah, I saw you working your events last weekend. It looks like you did so good. Have you thought about sponsoring yet? Maybe it's time that we start building a team. Are you ready? Can I work with you there? Because maybe she doesn't show up as shiny on the team page, a little more shy. Don't forget about each and every person. They're not a number. Everyone has a heartbeat in your organization, and you need to feel that. Be the heart of your business. Okay, what else? I want to talk about gatherings because it's so important for me to get together with our people and gather. Whether you do it on Zoom and you're in your pajamas, somebody did a 90s Zoom gathering the other night and they all dressed up. That kind of stuff just has me going. I love dressing up and I love doing all that crazy theme stuff, but keep your people together. Whether you gather them in person and that works for you, gather at a pizza place, gather at a donut shop, gather at a park with the kids. Why not? Moms at work. How about a mom's lunch? Let's all meet at the park. Let's all bring one tip that has worked for us and hang with the kids. Get the kids to get to know each other. You want to talk about bonding and forming a great team? Is the team that sticks together. They've got to be that glue. So they've got to connect. Whether they do it socially or in person or on social media, the ones that grow and that build a great organization have teams that are connected and have sticky, beautiful culture. Woo! I get really into that. How about a leader's lunch? Oh, wait. That's at 4 o'clock. I'm going to share that with you, how that worked for me. How about talking to a pizza place, renting out a certain little area. Maybe they let you just, because you guys are buying food, everybody pitches in a few bucks, and you guys all go there and hang out and talk. You bring the husbands, you bring the kids, you start blending families together. It's so crazy because I do monthly team meetings every month and I do them live in my home while I'm streaming live on my team page. Why? I want everyone to get the same information, number one. But number two, I watched people bond and connect that I didn't know were going to connect. So now Idel and Mary have bonded because they sat next to each other and they talked. And they shared ideas at my meeting, sitting next to each other. And now next month, they're like, I'll see you again. This is how you start growing your community. Gathering is so important. Is it pizza? Is it donuts? Is it drinks? Is it a spa day? Whatever it is, do it. Just do it. 100%. Don't forget to reach out, like I said, to those not so shiny people, because those not so shiny people don't show up as this crazy figure in an organization, but they do matter. Everyone matters. They may have an off month and they may not have any sales. Don't overlook that. Reach out. Voice message. Hey, Sarah, I was thinking about you. I noticed you didn't have any sales this month. Is everything okay? Is there something I can do? Do we need to talk? That's called connection. And when you connect with your people and your people connect and you keep that culture positive, you keep it a great place to live and to love, you got to love them hard, you got to lead them hard, and even when it's tough, even when times are tough. In this crazy world today, everyone needs a hug. Maybe an air hug. We are struggling in communities right now, in businesses, and things have closed because of COVID. I just saw another really good restaurant just have to close its doors. Well, it was actually for my meeting. I'll be transparent. I was going to order taquitos. I was going to make some bean dip, order taquitos for dinner, and make some guacamole, because June loves my guacamole, and do all that. Super Mix went out of business here in Southern California. I thought, what? That's because of COVID. They could no longer stand. So make sure you're helping a business. You're helping an organization. Meet at a donut shop. Why not? Donuts and coffee. Let's meet. Let's meet Saturday morning. Whoever will show up, this is where I'm going to be. And if no one shows up, that's okay. Use that 15, 20 minutes to focus on sponsoring. Reach out for parties. You could make your own booking blitz. Booking blitz yourself to book your fall. So show up, be present. That's what these leaders do. I'm trying to think what else I have to do. Oh, this is really good. This is really good. I don't even have to look at this. I want to let you know that Shelley Eldridge talked about Enneagrams. And when you understand the person and in your organization and your teammates, when you understand what number they are, you understand how to connect with them. You also understand with their reactions on social media and in your group page. So learning the Enneagrams, go back to Shelley's training, was awesome, but that to me is really, really, really key. I am a 3-wing 2, so now you know. Also another connection is learning their 5 love languages. Learning how they like to be loved. What is their love language? Are you going to shout them out on social media? That may not be their thing. Wait, what? That might not be their thing. So maybe they want words of affirmation. Maybe acts of service is how they love. They love to do things like that. Now you know exactly how to treat them, how you watch their reactions with the Enneagram. Also, what are their 5 love languages? What is the way they like to love? It's really a great book, and understanding your people is how you're really going to build great leaders. I understand some people want me to kind of stay away. They want to work with their teams. Other ones are like, get involved, do all the things. That's okay too. But understanding that everyone is different, not everyone leads and learns and loves the same, is how you can identify with your people, nurture your people, most importantly, and love on your people. Oh, sorry. I get so emotional. The last thing I want to talk about being a leader is there's a really crazy fine line here. And I'm just being transparent, talking to you about all the things that have worked for me, in my past. And this book, that's next. So you got to look at the difference. You want to be a manager, or do you want to be a coach within leadership? I'm going to tell you again, do you want to be a manager or do you want to be a coach? You're probably like, ooh, I'm not sure. Let me tell you the differences, because this is something that's going to resonate and stick with you for the rest of your business. A manager reaches expectations. They do. Yes, they did it. They did all their expectations. A coach goes beyond the expectations. Coach. A manager makes a plan for their self. A leader or a coach makes a plan for the entire team, for their division. They make a plan, right? A manager follows the playbook. A coach rewrites the playbook in a really good, in compliance kind of way. I had to throw that in. I just had to. I think you want to be a coach. And I'm hoping my next few minutes that I'm going to be with you when I come back at 4 o'clock is going to help you understand connection calls, how to grow leaders, and what a leader's lunch would look like. Now, here's my last few things I want to say. Remember, the way we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. God gave us that intentionally. Listen more, speak less. Understand more. Remember, to respond. Don't react. Something goes wrong, take a minute. Count to 10. 4. It was a long pause. That was 10 seconds. Right? Now, my thoughts are different. And in Sensi, most important, the last thing I'm going to say is, with Sensi, good leaders that are thriving and ready do 4 things. They do the 4 S's. They share, they sell, and they sponsor with systems in place. Look for the people that are doing that in your organization. Look for the people who have the heart and who back you up. Look for the people who comment in your group and keep it a positive place to learn and grow. That is your next leader. Grab them by the horn. And if you want to do the best thing, my favorite and last thing, I keep saying my last thing I'm going to share, rally with them. How do we promote in Sensi? How we do in our organization is we rally with them. We start at the beginning of the month. Who's ready to promote? And then we gather their team. We make a plan with their team. I love to reach out to a teamie and say, you want to hit star? Let's gather your people. Let's do a Zoom. Let's connect. Let's divide up the people and see what they're capable of doing this month. You can't just go by the end of the month and go, all right, I promoted, I'm going to promote. You need to have a plan. So work with a plan, build lots of leaders, love them, lead them, nurture them, and most importantly, don't forget, you matter, you're important, and I truly love and value each and every one of you. Thanks for watching here, guys. This has been a really fun day. I've done lots of training today. I'm going to drop my files here, but I will be back in 30 minutes to share with you my leader book and what I did during the leader's lunch. From my heart to yours. I'm going to see if there's any questions. Oh, don't feed into the negativity. This is good. Don't forget, you guys got to tell me where you're watching from. I think you'll like it. I think I want to see. I want to see. I love we have connection on our team. Yes, absolutely the connections on your team. Patricia, hello, friend. Whew. But most importantly, it doesn't come easy to some people, and some people need a little more guidance. So be patient. Learn and lead, and love and guide. And always lead from your heart. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Woohoo!